Hey there, alright, this is going to be video number 21, or it's going to be video number 5 of module 2. Alright, let's move on to the next indicator on the list. Here we have the average directional movement index. Now this is my favorite indicator, or one of them at least. Alright, now this particular indicator is very, very powerful, and it will let you know when the market is going to go up and when the market is going to go down, and it's going to let you know how strong that particular movement is going to be. Alright, so let me just change these colors around. The positive DI I will change to a red. Actually, I'll change that to a blue, and the negative DI, which is the negative directional index, I will actually color red. Now the purpose I'm doing this is because the blue button is the buy trade button and the red is the sell trade button. Alright, I always tend to adjust my colors accordingly to the buy and sell buttons for this particular indicator. Okay, now what I then do is pull this back into a darker, into a thicker line. Alright, and then the parameters, let's change this to a black, and I'm going to change this here to a thick color as well. Period 14 can be left at default. The visualization you can leave, and the levels you can leave, and just click on OK. Alright, now this is called the ADX for short. Alright, and its true name is the average directional movement index. Okay, let's tell you what it basically is telling you. Right, so when you see the blue line here, okay, this is to let you know that we're in buying territory. This is why I colored them blue. Alright, so the only areas that we're sort of really focused on here is what color is above. Alright, so this color is blue, so it's going to let us know it's long, and this color here is red, so it's going to let us know a short trade is imminent. Okay, now the next thing we need to look at is when these blue and red lines cross over. Okay, you can see here where the blue line here crosses over this red line here, and it crosses it right here, and what happens, the market went sideways for a little bit and then it decided to go up. Alright, we can see here where the red line crosses over the blue line to let us know that there's going to be a swing in the direction of the trade. Alright, so here is its upward swing, and then when it crosses here, boom, down it comes. Alright, and then let's put that where it crosses, right there. So here is your buy signal right here, and here is your sell signal. That is basically how you use the average directional movement index in accordance to the public eye. Alright, but I tend to go outside the box and work out how to filter out any possible losses. Losses, you say? Right, okay, well, where are there any possible losses? Right, well, you see how congested this particular section is at the bottom compared to this section here, where there was kind of a little bit of white space here and a bit of white space at the top here. Alright, and it's really congested here. This is where you're going to experience a lot of losses if you were to act on any signals derived from this kind of formation. Alright, you can see where the blue line goes above the red right here, and it does go up a little bit, but it doesn't go up a great deal. Let's move that over. Well, I can't get that bang on perfect, but it's on this bar anyway. But the most problem is that you will actually make a loss on this, or a very, very small gain. And we're not in this game to make losses or small gains. We're in this game to make big money. So let's just show you how we can filter this out. Right, now this black line here, this is referred to as your ADX. Alright, the red line is your negative directional index. Now notice the word directional. this means that the negative means down. So the directional index for this red one means short. Alright, go lower. Okay, so that's what it basically means. This blue line is the positive directional index. Anything that's positive goes up, alright? So this is to let you know that this is going to go up higher, but there's no guarantee. Now this black line is a representation of strength. Alright, how much power, how much volume is being pumped into the market, and it's letting you know ahead of time when it's going to stall, when the market is not accepting so many orders or what have you. This indicator will tell you all of that. So the main thing that we would really need to look at is this black line, and then once we've looked at this black line and it's reached a certain area on the chart, which I'll explain in a moment, we then switch our focus onto the blue and red lines and see where they are at. So the first thing we really need to do is to place a horizontal line, which you can get from right up the top here, and just simply left click, and while you're holding your left mouse button you can move it around up and down. Alright, now what we're looking for is to place this on around about 30. You'll notice to my right hand side you'll see a little block there and it says 30.5396. Alright, the ideal area is 30. Now if you want to change the parameters of this, you can double click on it and you'll see a little square there and a little square to the left hand side as well, to let you know that it's now editable, and I can now move it up and down again. If I double click it again, you'll see those two little anchor points that have now been removed and I can't move it now. So I double click it now. If I right click on it, I can choose horizontal line properties, and here I can go to the parameters and change this number over. Alright, I can just put in 30 in there and click OK, and now you can see this horizontal line tool is now adjusted to the 30 volume area. Alright, so here is what you really need to do. Alright, and I don't really like saying the word guarantee because every person is different, but with practice you'll have a high success rate if you follow what I'm doing. Alright, okay, so first rule of thumb, my rule of thumb, not the public's rule of thumb. This is a big difference. Right? My rule of thumb: 1, what you're looking for is to make sure that the black line, the ADX line, your strength indicator, hits the 30 mark. Important, very important. Second rule, that the blue line must cross over the red line. Now this second rule is normally automatic, because if the market's going up like that anyway, it's going to show a blue. Alright, it's just no two ways about it. Alright. Now there are some observations that I've made really when it comes to using this indicator, and it's a little bit of a phenomenon that I can't really explain, but this is what I've observed. What I would do is I'll wait for the crossover, and then I'll wait for this blue line and this black line to hit 30. Once it hits 30, I will go long. Now when I see something at this particular point where I go long, I'm going to do a larger lot size than normal, because this black line has actually touched the blue line, the positive directional index, at the point I needed to open the trade. Not after I opened the trade, but I will explain this in a little moment as we move along. Maybe I can just show you right here. You can see where this black line here touches the blue line, and then immediately it goes straight back up, and it goes sideways for a bit, and then you can see right here at this particular point it actually touches the blue line, and then from there, boom, up it goes. So these are like kind of like energy boosts that I kind of see in the market. Alright, so if I see this blue line here, let's see, I can't really get my screen draw pen out because it's going to mess it up, but if I drew a line that sort of kind of goes up with it, and if it touched the black line here, you would see like another boost all the way up.